Canada. 9 million square kilometers of land with over 35 million people living on it. As a young nation, we're constantly trying to define ourselves. With a trip across our own backyard, from east to west, let's take a look at a snapshot of what it means to be Canadian. Starting in the east, we land where John Cabot did in 1497. We know of a rich but sadly eradicated culture of the Beothuk people, or as they became known by the Europeans, the Red Indians. They used to rub ochre on their skin. The Europeans were also fascinated by the cultural obligation of our First Nations people in Canada to dance and storytell. This little province of Prince Edward Island is the birthplace of something pretty big, Confederation. Here on the red sand, Sir John A. Macdonald created a union between the existing province of Canada and the Maritimes. In Nova Scotia, we can see the iconic Bluenose, queen of the North Atlantic fishing fleet, now gracing the sides of our dimes. These coastal provinces also have strong fishing industries. In the next maritime province of New Brunswick, forestry is a large aspect of the culture and economy, though conservation will also need to become a priority. In Canada, part of our identity is shifting towards using our resources wisely. Quebec is our only province where over half of Canadians within it are francophone. Although French is still a minority in the whole country, the French have created a big impact on our identity overall. They've created many francophone newspapers and colleges, as well as protected the Catholic school system. Moving further west, we have Ontario. Here are the roots of the Hudson Bay Company. This is the oldest commercial company in Canada. Also here is an example of our First Nations cultures in the Huron. The Huron were broken into clans of bear, deer, turtle, beaver, wolf, loon, and fox. Ontario also contains our nation's capital, Ottawa. Parliament Hill has been a huge symbol of Canadian democracy and our right to vote. Manitoba marks the beginning of the prairies. Here our toonies, loonies, and other money are created at the mint. This is also where Louis Riel led the Métis resistance with a provisional government protecting French language rights and allowing Manitoba to enter into Confederation. Saskatchewan is known to have a large farming culture and economy. There is also a large population of First Nations in the region. For example, Cree. In Cree, the chiefs are referred to as Okama. The oil sands in Alberta have generated a lot of income and thousands of jobs for Canadians. The environmental impacts associated with the oil sands have also become a part of our identity in combating and minimizing the effects. The beautiful Rocky Mountains follow us through Alberta to British Columbia, a province bordering the Pacific Ocean and also home to many other First Nations communities. Although the Haida people lost 80% of their population to smallpox with European settlement, the culture is still strong. The Haida have many powerful recognizable symbols to this day, such as the totem pole. The rocky and densely forested terrain of the Northern Territories stretches all the way to the Arctic Ocean. From west to east, we have the Yukon, the Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. This is where the Canadian Gold Rush took place, as well as the home of Canada's Inuit people. The Inuit are an Aboriginal group that populate the north, having come from the west thousands of years ago. The Inukshuk is a well-known Inuit symbol. They were used to indicate direction or placed in memory of someone. When we take a step back, it's incredible to see the variance that we have within just one country. Whether you're from the east, the west, the north, or somewhere in between, while it's easy to forget, it's also easy to look around and remember what we have in our own backyard. All these little things make up our national identity and the country that we call home, Canada.